Election. Noun. A formal and organised choice by a vote of a person for a political office or other position. Elections have been used to put world leaders into power and change people's lives forever. So what happens when you put it into a block game made for children? Well, this.
All in all, I want to bring Skyblock back to its former glory.
And the people are the only thing that matters. So if you come after the people, I promise I'll come after you.
But no, I am not in favor of this at all. In fact, I think he should be removed and thrown in jail with Squid Kid.
Welcome, everybody, to the 5th election minister debate. I'm your host, Bucket James, and today we have a lot more epic candidates for you to choose who to vote for. Now, this is quite a key election because a lot of the YouTube ranks have left now, and now we are I mean all of the famous epic people, and now we're left with the even more epic small creators. Now, I'm Blocket James, but that's irrelevant because down here in the basement that I have kept all of these creators in for the past week is the people you're here for. So, let's see them out one by one. Firstly, we have the Pro People candidate, Yikes MC, who is running for the 500th time. Yikes, please come up and tell us all your perk. I mean your speech.
It's Yikes LMAO.
I apologise.
I'm running on the platform of simply removing time inequality because so many people only have limited time that they can play. But we are forced as Skyblock players to spend 90% of our time doing a lot of just BS grinds that no one really cares to do. So I plan to just limit those a little bit with a talisman that makes a lot of those grinds 25% more efficient at the legendary level.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Yikes. Okay, next on our list of epic people coming out, we have 1 second, let me get my list up. I'm sorry, I'm unprepared for this. Next, we have the person who wants to make Fairy Souls great again. It is... Oh wait, Yikes, you're not going to believe this, but somebody did just ask if you were Moist Critical again. But it is Nailik. Nailik, please come up and present yourself.
Hello, where am I? Where am I? I'm up here. Hello. Hi. Woo. So I'm woo. So I'm trying to make Fairy Souls better again. So back in 2019, they gave 500 health, 50 defense, and 50 strength, and now they only give 30 health and 1 strength. That decrease is insane. Even though there's been so many items that have added a lot more health and defense and stuff like that, that decrease is just insane. And Fairy Souls are not that great anymore. So I plan to make them better.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you, Nailik, for that wonderful speech. Next, we have one of the lesser-known candidates, it's fair to say, Marina Footlover. Please come up and say your speech to us.
Alright, it's like I'm Marina Footlover. I'm just here because there hasn't really been any fishing mares yet. I just wanted to add something cool to the game that benefits everybody that just likes fishing. So I just wanted to add a pet item for whenever Marina's mare and you want to do fish up some sharks. It's just gonna boost your rate for that and stuff like that.
And Trusted did just endorse you if you all don't vote Marina Footlover. So I think you've got some very high support. Maybe you might even get 100 votes and get on the leaderboard in the top 14. But we'll see. Next on our list, we have the candidate who was in third for quite a long period of time and was putting up, let's say, a good fight to Toadstar until Toadstar ran away with it. And I personally think, and a lot of members of the community think, that his perk is actually quite good. So, Knight Libra, please come up and say your speech to the audience. Thank you. Where's he gone?
Hello.
Slight problem. I got disconnected from the game, and I'm no longer on the island. But
Oh,
besides that,
you probably need to warp him.
Yeah, my bad, my bad. Alan
to
just
add
said
secret
goat
members of the
Libra.
game, 'cause it
Please,
is a
please
fun-
come up, Night Libra. Welcome along
Hello.
to the live stream. What do you have to say to the 40 people watching live now in the masses?
Whoa.
You should
Okay.
vote for Nightly, bro, to get secret bingo. That's all.
Yeah, that is pretty much it. That is what we call aura, I think. The summary there was incredible. Next, we have somebody who, let's just say, was also on the leaderboard for a bit of time, but then sadly got down a bit as well, yet again. But it's okay, Ascent, you have a chance to redeem yourself. Ascent, please come up and say your speech to all of us.
What's up, guys? You know, I'm Ascent PvP. You might know me because I own the M7 Guides Discord server. And basically, my perk is about. I mean, Dungeons is like the highest skill thing in the game, so I'm just of the opinion that it should be based on how good you are, and we shouldn't be sitting around waiting on 30 seconds of dialogue in like almost every single floor. So yeah, I'm just gonna speed that up, speed up the bad animations, get more of the fun stuff, more of the loot. Yeah.
Alright, thank you very much, Ascent. Appreciate it. Okay, Alan, that is awful. That is awful, Alan. Alan just said in the chat, I guess you could say Ascent had a descent. That is awful. That is a absolutely disgusting joke, and I hope, Alan, you feel bad for that for the rest of your life. Next we have...
I thought it kind of hit, I'm not going to lie.
Next we have what many could describe as the coolest candidates in town, because they have a red name. Their pixels are red. Firstly, we have Enfer though. Enfer, please come up. I know you want to add a very cool item that will help early game players.
Not gonna lie, I've been playing Clash of Clans in the waiting room.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
So my whole thing is, I find a lot of the more casual player base or earlier game players struggle to afford booster cookies. Like, this is something I see a lot, despite cookies not being particularly hard to get for people past that. I just feel like the casual player base could use some love.
Yeah, thank you very much, Enfer. Appreciate it. And then finally, Mash Clash, who has been mainly running this whole time as well, hoping to make some impacts on foraging. This time, only a few hours ago, finally got on the leaderboard. So Mash Clash, welcome along. What do you have to say to the 40 people watching right now?
Yep. So I'm not really running on foraging right now, but more a Slayer item. So
Okay.
basically something that would be, it's basically a Totem of Undying, but for the RNG meter. So I know a lot of people don't want to use the meter because they don't want all their progress or the EXP to get reset. So basically this would make it so you retain all your progress. So you don't actually have to risk turning off your meter. Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Mash Clash, for that one. Okay, so now we move on to stage 2 of the debate. So now we've had the speeches. What will happen next is we have a couple set questions that each of these candidates will answer before you. Firstly, we have quite a key question for all of you watching at home. Can you explain your custom perk in detail and say which perk you propose to choose if you don't make it into the top 3? Now, that question was made, of course, before Aloe started campaigning. But now, because of now that Aloe started campaigning, the top 7 may have the chance to get a custom perk. Now, it's not confirmed, but it may happen. So, you will still be able to say what perk you plan to choose, what set perk you plan to choose anyway. But please, all of you, go into detail on your perk to let the audience know exactly what is going on. Mash Clash, we'll start off with you. Can you go into more detail of your perk and what perk you plan to choose as a set perk?
Yeah, so my perk is basically an item called the Totem of RNG. It'll come in 2 rarities, so like a legendary and an epic. And basically what it will do is only for Slayer, like the Slayer RNG beaters, it will retain probably, I'd say 50% of your progress on your meter and then get consumed if you drop the item that your RNG meter is set on. So let's say you had like 1.5 million XP on a Warden Heart and then you dropped it, it would retain 750,000 XP on your meter. And the reason there's 2 rarities is because one of them would apply to like the rarest drops, so stuff like Warden Heart, Primordial, Core, stuff like that. And then the other one would apply to only cheaper drops, so stuff like Shard of the Shredded, and those things like Digestive Mosquito, all those like cheaper drops like that. And then preferably the way you would obtain it is from a rare drop from any of the main slayers, so like Blaze Slayer, Enderman Slayer, Zombie Slayer, and stuff like that. So it'll just be an extra rare drop just to add a little bit more profit to everything, but it would probably be one of the rarest drops that you can get, so kind of rare, more rare than like even the rarest drops that you can drop. And yeah.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, next we have you, Nalik, who's ran multiple times, but now you're in a minister position, so I bet you must be very happy with that. But Nalik,
Yes, I am.
can you explain to the 40 viewers watching on my stream and probably about 10 viewers watching on your stream as well, what your perk is and why people should vote for you?
So I'm trying to make fairy souls better. So I'm adding 2 talismans. One is going to be a common talisman. So it would be similar to how relics are found, if you know what the compass, archaeological compass, something like that. So basically, you right click it and it shows where the nearest fairy soul is. So that's that's it's a QL update. But the main poke I want to add is the fairy spirit talisman. So basically, once you get all the fairy souls in the hub, farming islands, spider's den, and the end, you gain plus 25 crit damage, plus 25 strength, and 50 health. And if you get all the fairy souls in one location, so let's say the hub, you gain 5 crit damage, 5 strength, and 10 health in that location only. So if you have every single fairy soul in the game, you get a permanent 30 crit damage, 30 strength, and 60 health.
I apologise, I was not coughing in response to your perk. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Nalik. Okay. I was trying to hold that in the whole time. Okay, next we have Enfer. Enfer, can you go into your perk in more detail and explain to other people why they should vote for you? Enfer, you are actually number 3 right now. You have stormed through votes, so well done on that. So can you explain to other people why you should continue being voted for, and explain your perk in more detail?
Yeah, not gonna lie, I went to bed and just woke up at number 3. That's cool. But essentially, my whole thing is 2 elections ago, I ran on wanting to make booster cookies cheaper, and the main feedback I got on that is that it was a little unrealistic. So I've changed it up a little bit, and now I want to add a consumable item to the game to help those early to mid-game players and the more casual players, have like a stepping stone to be able to afford booster cookies and hopefully keep those going.
Okay, thank you very much, Enfer. Appreciate it. Next, we have Knight Libra, who is widely liked, but from what it looks like, you're widely liked, and hopefully you can keep your minister spot. We'll see how it goes. This is not me showing any bias. I'm just being nice. Knight Libra, can you explain your perk to the audience and why they should vote for you?
Yes, so basically every month there is a bingo event, and in that bingo event, it's the same thing every month, month after month, year after year. A few years ago, they had a secret bingo event where instead of giving you a bunch of boring tasks, you have to go on like collection tasks. They have a bunch of secret tasks that you don't know what the result is until you find out yourself. They reward 2 times points, and they reward hints after a certain amount of time to make it easier to discover and unlock the tasks. And the bingo communities always share the results after they find them for everyone to get an easy bingo completion. Basically, it makes the entire game experience a whole lot more fun and enjoyable. But sadly, the admins haven't done anything with this event in over 2 years, so I would like to ask them to add it back again for a future event, probably next year.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Okay, so next, I believe we have Yikes LMAO. So Yikes, you have ran multiple times, and now you appear to be catching up to a possible minister spot. So, why should this momentum keep going? Can you tell the people what your perk is?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm adding the Powder of the People accessory line to reduce time inequality and make the game better for those who hope to one day have a life outside of Skyblock. It starts as uncommon with 5% additional sawdust, powder, essence, and for freaks like Mash Clash, Forest Whispers, like gained from all sources. And then it upgrades up to legendary with a 25% boost. So vote for the people, vote Yikes LMAO. Nailed it.
Yes, you did, Yikes. Well done. Alright, next we have Marina Footlover. Now, Marina Footlover, you are one of the only fishing candidates who has at least made themselves public. So, what would you say to the fishing community and other members of the Skyblock community of why they should vote for you? Can you explain your perk?
Alright, so well, the other day I was like fishing during a fishing festival, and I realized that there's no real good pet item for it. We have like the burnt text, but that obviously removes your fishing speed, and it's just double hook chance. It's not like specifically for fishing festivals. So what I want to do was just add a pet item for it. It'd be pretty cheap. I was thinking like just some great white shark teeth and another item from the game, the lucky hoof. um, but yeah, and what I was thinking was just like some extra shark chance, maybe like 10 to 20% in that range, depending on what the admins want. A small amount of double hook chance, which I mean I don't know if they add that, but and maybe magic find if it's put on the megalodon or something like that, which is also best in slot for fishing festivals.
Okay, thank you very much, Marina Feet Lover, or Foot Lover, whatever. I don't even know anymore. Finally, last but not least, we have Ascent, who is mainly known from the M7 Guides server, and was storming ahead quite well in the votes earlier on. However, as Alan said, he may be on the edge of a descent, which is quite against his name. So, Ascent, can you explain your perk to the audience and why they should vote for you?
Of course. So yeah, I mean, if you look through all the floors and dungeons, like F1, the Bonzo dialogue, there's literally tech for a dialogue skip. That's the first sign the dialogue's way too long. The dialogue in floor 2 is over a minute, and you're fighting the boss for like 1 second. That's obviously it's really dumb. The dialogue in M3 is just so long in the intro. It takes so long for all the 4 like guardian pods to like lose all their water so you could fight the guardians. Um, and then even after that, the animations are super slow. And then there's another 15 seconds for the lightning for the ending. And then M4 is like honestly okay. The intro is a little too long, but not really. And then like M5, it's like 25 seconds of dialogue throughout the boss. M6, like the chains just take way too long, like throughout the entire boss. And then M7, there's plenty of places they could speed it up, like the Max or laser is too long. The storm intro animation is 30 seconds for no reason. They even already developed like tech where it's like the first 60 withers that you kill speed it up by 0.1 of a second, and it's just capped at 60. You could just change that cap to like 120. instantly save some time. I think the Simon Says animation is too long. I think the Goldor animation is too long. I think the Necron animation is too long. In phase 5 of the Withers, where it's the dragon phase, it takes a good party 55 seconds, but you're only doing stuff for 26 of those seconds, and it's 29 seconds of dialogue. I mean, all of that is just way too long, and I mean, when you're making a perk, you have to look at like the cause and effect. So what would happen after my perk? Like all prices of dungeon drops would go down because people are getting more runs, but it would be the same money per hour for the players, which means people that don't like dungeons and they want to buy a hype, the price is cheaper, so that's good. And people are still making money, people are still getting more XP. And it's just like good for the people, it's good for everyone, it's more fun and less waiting.
Okay, thank you very much, Ascent. Appreciate it. Okay, so that's the end of the first question. So I think we have, yes, we have two more questions before we move on to audience questions. So that will be, no, actually, that's questions, that's candidate questions. So you candidates will be able to
Russ,
ask
what's going on?
questions. What?
I want Dexter to speak for me in this debate.
How am I supposed to do that?
Look at my perk and
Are
just
you in
do
the
it.
press box?
Back.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that's all
I
good.
suppose I can do that if you give me a minute. I can do that.
I thought we
suppose.
were only having real candidates here, but okay.
He is technically a real candidate. He is just doing IRL things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. If
So
you could
I
quickly,
suppose
if
I
you could
will
quickly
do
do
the
that,
perk.
Duckster, and then
No,
move on.
I'm literally just gonna read off the thing he put in the Discord. So I am here representing King Crestonian. His perk is essentially a necromancy change. Rather than costing mana to summon, it will take a part of your soul, which is basically HP, to do stronger souls, and they can be summoned again. And even if you spawn your other mana weapons, you can do major damage, and you won't have to wait for mana regen before a fight.
Okay, thank you very much, Duckster. Appreciate it.
I'm just gonna return to the box.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, go back to your journalist box thingy. You are no longer important. Okay, next we have two more set questions, and then what will happen is we'll move on to stage 3, which is the candidate section. So the candidates can ask each other questions, and then once we're done with that, we'll finish on the chat questions section, where everybody watching in the chat will be able to ask questions. So don't put your questions in now, put them in a bit of time when I tell you to. Okay. But firstly, we have our second set question. So, Aloe has made many headlines around the Skyblock community for having quite an ambitious perk, and it's definitely paid off. Aloe has now recently hit 4,000 votes in this election, which is absolutely crazy. So, are you, as candidates, in full support of Aloe's bid for number 1 as minister? So Aloe's perk was to give all 7 ministers a custom perk as well. Are you in support of that? Starting with you, Mash Clash.
Yeah, I'm in full support. He actually contacted me as one of the first people to help with the movement, and ever since he sent me the message, I've been in support. So yeah.
Okay, good to hear. And Nalik, what about you?
Well, as I am the seventh on the very at the very bottom of the top 7, I really like his poke. Like, it's the only chance of me actually getting this item out of the game.
Okay, and then we have Enfer. Enfer, what is your thoughts on Aloe's perk?
I mean, I think I was like playing Stardew Valley, got a random DM, checked in, and was like, oh, that's cool, sure.
Okay. Next, Night Libra. What are your thoughts on Aloe's bid? Absolutely, absolutely.
Absolutely. One, sacrificing their own perk in order to give the other 4 candidates who otherwise wouldn't get a perk, that is the best candidate possible. I'm glad they're winning.
And then yikes, how about you?
You know, in a world where an election has all top 3 places being taken by YouTube ranks, I think that one of those YouTube ranks actually giving back to the people is totally in line with my platform, and so I'm fully supportive of that.
Marina Foot Lover, how about you?
And I think it's great, man. He's just like he's sacrificing his own perk so the next 6 people in line can have one. It's just like it's really great of him to do that for everybody. Just adds more content.
Look at Aloe, man, so inspirational.
And then Ascent?
I mean, of course, I'm in support of it. I mean, I think everyone running, all we want is just to improve the community, improve the game as a whole. So we all want more custom perks, and I think, Alawi, he reached out to me in my private Discord server right at the start, wanting to come up with a perk like 3 weeks ago, and then when I heard he came up with this one, like, I thought it was great, and I'm in full support of it, and I'm glad he's winning.
Okay, thank you very much, Ascent. I'm about to cough, 1 second. Okay, that's all over with now. And now, Duckster, I'm assuming you don't want to answer on behalf.
I'm waiting to see if Crust tells me anything.
Alright, yeah.
If you could, but I can just say this real quick. I suppose this is about Aloe. I was brought here personally by Crust through Aloe's movement, but I think I can speak for Crust and for me that we both fully support it, as well as the entire resistance.
Okay, thank you very much, Duckster. Tazboy, I know I can mute my mic, just I can't be bothered to tap out and do it. Next question, and the final set question. So when the last election finished, there was a bit of drama that happened where CandyPat implemented a perk called Surveillance, and this caused a lot of drama, and it instantly escalated into, I think we can all agree, quite disgusting death threats that suddenly got thrown at him just because he implemented a negative perk in a block game made for children. So I wanted to get all of your thoughts on this, so each candidate can show them what they think. So you can firstly talk about the perk, and then you can talk about the reaction to it. So starting with you, Mash Clash, how do you feel about this?
I mean, I didn't think the perk would affect stuff like all that stuff like mining speed and stuff, which is kind of stupid, and even Pat didn't think that. If it didn't affect those, I really don't think the perk was that bad. But because it did, I do think it was a little overboard. And of course, I completely condemn the reaction to it because this is a block game at the end of the day, and people like CandyPet actually like live off of this is kind of their job, and they don't care about it as much as some of the people reacting, which is kind of crazy, if you ask me. But honestly, I'm not surprised that he picked it because he's an elite who's over level 500, and even like I would say even some level 400s are a part of this class. And so if you vote one of them, I'm not surprised that they might do something like this because they don't really care.
Okay, next on to you, Nalik. What are your thoughts?
Well, the pork wasn't good, of course, but getting doxed and all that drama.
Oh yeah, just want to confirm that Duralius confirmed that was a rumor that he got doxed. I think probably just went around on the Reddit. I'm pretty sure, but Duralius confirmed that was a rumor.
Okay, I'm sorry. Well, even all the hate he's been getting just for like something that lasts for like 3 days is unbelievable. I mean, it's not a good pork, and like. Sure, maybe a little bit of dislikeness. That's fine, but I think he's been getting overhated too much. Yeah, that's my opinions on it.
Thank you. And Enderfer, what are your thoughts on this entire situation?
I mean, okay, when I first saw the perk, cause I got a set list of perks to choose from. I saw that one and was like, God, that is evil. If someone picks that, people are gonna hate them. Next election, he picked it, and I was like, oh, this is not gonna go well. which it didn't. The perk is kind of dumb in my opinion, but the backlash is so undeserved. Like, making fun of him a little, sure. But it's, like, it's a game at the end of the day. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, totally. Then, oh yeah, ZJ said his face was posted. I'm pretty sure. So that might be it actually. So there may have been some doxing involved, but yeah, it's a pretty crazy reaction if you ask me. Yes, I'm showing a bit of bias here. I'm sorry, guys. Night Libra, what are your thoughts on this?
When I first saw the perk, I was not online at the moment. Someone shared it with me. I thought it was hilarious. I immediately logged on to check. It was so funny. I'm not surprised people freaked out about it like that. I think it should have been 2 hours, not 30 minutes. 30 minutes is a bit insane, but yeah, it was a good perk. I wish it stayed and was modified instead. You should not have received as much or any backlash for that.
Thank you, Night Libra. Yikes. Your thoughts on this entire situation?
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't play with it at all. Like I didn't play the game while it was in the game at all, because work. But I will say that I mean it's silly. I don't know why someone would pick that. I also don't understand the backlash. I don't understand like breaking someone's boundaries over something like that and pushing into their personal life. That is atrocious behavior. But also separately, not as an excuse, separately, that is kind of silly.
Okay, thank you. Yikes. And then Marina Footlover. What are your thoughts?
I think the perk. I think the perk was like pretty unnecessary overall. Like it wasn't needed all too much. It was funny while it was in the game. But like what the reaction to it was really not needed. Like they could have left it in for like the rest of the 5 days, and I wouldn't have cared all too much. It's not that deep. It's just a perk.
And then Ascent PvP. Finally, you. What do you think about this?
I mean, obviously, doxing is too far, but I feel like a lot of the hate is low key valid. He's choosing 5% stats over the entire community's 10% stats. Like, even though you have to talk to the bro every 30 minutes, whatever, it's really not that bad. But, like, I mean, what are you doing choosing that perk? Like, why are you not choosing something that helps out the people? Like, you're supposed to be running to better the community. You're not supposed to be running to better yourself. And I honestly think it shows a lot that him and 30 Virus and Squid Kid all chose bribe perks. I think it says a lot about their character.
Alright, thank you. Duxter, do you have any statements or are we good to move on? I think he's AFK. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, yeah, we'll leave it there then. So now we move on to stage 3 of the debate. So everyone watching, stay tuned because soon you will be able to ask your own questions to these wonderful candidates here. But firstly, everyone's asking who you are. Well, actually, you can't hear Duck. Basically, Duck is representing King Crustonian, who is the leader of the Aura Resistance, which basically did a bunch of protests before Aura got elected, and is now, and was heavily involved in Aloy's campaign as well. Anyway, now we move on to the candidate questions section. So now each of you candidates here will be able to ask each other questions, and then you'll be able to directly answer them. Alois just asked for a fist fight or something. I'm not sure what's going on. Anyway, you lot.
Okay.
Do you have any questions? And
Can I ask one?
of course, Yikes, please go ahead.
Guys, I gotta know. I'll answer it immediately after asking, and then we can just go on a line. Where is the first place that you would visit if elected minister? Because I would first visit the Holy Land of the Rift. It's a great place. Where would you guys visit?
That's a great question. Mash, where would you first visit if you were elected minister?
I would stay in the community center and just stay there and keep helping everyone in the hub, especially the people doing Slayers.
Okay, and then Nalik, how about you?
Yeah, I'll just look at the community center, look at my name, probably just look down at NPC and like in awe for like 5 minutes. Yeah.
And then Enderfer, what about you? Where would you first visit?
I'd probably go say hi to Fred, my T11 Inferno minion.
Hi Fred, I'm Minister now. Is that what it's going to be like?
Yeah, I love Fred a lot. He's given me no apexes, unfortunately. But Fred.
And then Night Libra, where is the place that you would first visit?
Visit where? Why would I leave after elected? I am elected to represent the people here. I'm actually would like to throw the question back at Yikes. Why are you abandoning the dimension with the people you claim to represent?
I'm just going to say this. Yikes did just say in chat, by the way, guys, this is a joke. I hate the Rift and its oppressive actions against the wilderness.
It is a typical response from a politician to claim their statements were a joke after they're exposed for them.
Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. Yikes, can you respond to Night Libra's claim?
Yeah, I was actually asked this question in the second minister debate, or the second election minister debate, and I gave an answer not too dissimilar from yourself or Mash Clash. And this time around, I thought that I'd be a little silly, but no, my answer unequivocally is that I would stay with the people and work for the people, and I was just doing a bit. I broke my elbow for this campaign. I broke, hearts, trust, but it's for the people.
How is your elbow, by the way?
Yeah, how's it going?
It doesn't actually hurt that bad. I just have to wear a frickin' sling for 4 to 6 weeks.
Oh, okay. Well, at least it's all right now.
Yeah.
Okay, Night Libra, did you want to answer the visiting question or not?
I think that's a good answer, but I stand by my point.
Okay. Marina Footlover, where is the first place that you would visit if you were elected minister?
I'd probably celebrate in Hub 2 first, because that's where I just sat for most of my campaigning, and there in Hub 2, because that's where everyone was really, because Hub 1's filled with low ballers. And after that, go to the Crimson Isle and fish, really, and then wait for a fishing festival.
Okay, that's fair enough. And finally, you, Ascent, where would you first visit?
I'd probably visit M1 and M2, finish up my collection runs, and then M7.
M7, yeah, okay. Fair enough. Alright. Okay, now it's time for our next minister candidate question to another candidate. We have 4 more of these to do, so if you come up with one, please let me know. Do you have a question to ask any of the candidates? The floor is yours.
I was gonna ask Anther, how would you obtain your item? Would it be crafting, or how would that work?
Oh, yeah. So that's the part of it that isn't 100% fleshed out. I was gonna workshop that with the admins to find something that would be, a bit more fair, because obviously I'm not a game designer. But my main ideas were either attaching it to one of the early Slayers or making it a rare drop from just about anything in the game.
Alright, that's like a Phoenix pet or something like that?
Yeah, think more like Rune Book, but along those lines.
Alright.
Alright, good. Okay, now for the third to last question. Do any of you have any questions about any of his perks or anything else?
I would like to ask a question to Ascent over here.
Of course.
Is there a reason why you're running with the same perk that a previous miner had already ran with and got elected for?
Well, Celestial Milk actually did not get elected for this perk. I actually was the one that suggested multiple perks to her. Again, in the same private Discord server, we talked about the Enchanted Clock upgrade, and my co-op member Zenemar came up with a citrus extract spray for the Watcher. And she chose to run with the slight variation of that, like a pepper spray for the Watcher. So she basically took her idea and made it into her own, but it doesn't actually go for any boss dialogues. she said she was gonna talk with the admins about it, and I've been in communication with her every single day, and no admins have got back to her a single time. So I really want to make sure that the dialogue is gone from these bosses because it's really dumb, and she's really more concerned about just the blood room rather than anything else.
That is fair, yeah. Follow-up question. Why is this an item and not just baked into the game progression?
I mean, as far as I understand how the mayor system works, it's just you can add a custom item. I mean, I would rather it's just like after, 10 comps of the floor, it stops spewing dialogue everywhere because you've already seen the dialogue, or like they add an NPC like the dungeon lore master, like the Kudra lore master. But I mean, if it has to be an item, it has to be an item. The enchanted clock, I feel like, is pretty useless. And I was just thinking something like you upgrade the enchanted clock, it makes your time pocket bigger, and then you put, livid frags in your time pocket and it skips the dialogue or something. Just really any way working with the admins for them to skip the boss dialogue. As long as the boss dialogue is gone, I don't really care about the item that much.
That's a good answer.
Okay,
Thank you.
nice. Okay, any more questions? We have 2 more available questions to do before we move on to chat questions. So if you have any more, then please say now. Okay.
I have a question for Enther actually. I wanted to know well, first of all, I wanted to know how the muffin would balance in with the fact that booster cookies are bought with real life money, and it's how the admin salaries are paid, and it's how we get more updates. So like booster cookies being high and being an item that you want people to go for is actually really good for the development of the game. So I wanted to know like how your perk would affect that.
I mean, essentially, all it is meant to be is a stepping stone to get a booster cookie. Since the people who are having trouble getting a booster cookie are not gonna go and spend gems on it, they prefer to just opt to go without one. And the way I'm trying to balance it is that I want it to be bad enough for it to be nowhere near a booster cookie so that people are still incentivized to get that, but good enough so that it's an option.
Okay, good answer.
Alright, nice. Final question now from the audience, from the candidates. So if you have a burning question, please say it now.
Yeah, I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So my question is to Yikes. Your item is going to increase the powder rate and the forest whisper rate and all those things. So as someone with around 50 million whispers, how am I going to be compensated for all the time that I put for my whispers that is now basically going to go to waste? And also consider that there are so many people who are mining and they've had to do powder mining, which is really annoying. And now 20% of that progress is gone. So, like, what are you saying to these people who kind of don't want their progress to be devalued?
Let me first say that I appreciate this question. I appreciate you coming over here and asking me it. But I do just want to dismiss this conservative framework that just because you suffered, other people must suffer. I think that that is a flawed way of thinking. And I think that if we open the game and invite the game to more and more people, and we get new players, and we make it a little less intimidating to play this game and start playing this game, that is a net positive for everybody. I also think that, having a little bit extra magic power doesn't hurt anybody.
That's fair. That's fair.
Okay, so that is all the questions for stage 3. So, audience, it is now over to you. So, in the Block It James chat, you can put questions into the live chat, and I'll try my best to get as much as I can to the audience. So, we're going to give you like 30 seconds or so, and then, yeah, we'll let it go. I'll try and pick out the best questions, the high quality questions. And oh wait, yeah, it's a good one. I might have to go. I might start off with this one from ZJ. For every single candidate here, how likely do you think your perk is to be added? Starting with you, Mash Clash.
I think mine actually has a somewhat decent chance of being added, especially if it's more balanced to like 50% retaining of the RNG meter. I do think it's going to be it's not going to be the simplest item to add because there's going to be a lot of balancing going on with it. But I think if the admins are willing to go through with it, they'll definitely find a way to get it in.
Okay, nice. And Nalek, how about you?
Okay. Well, I think the compass would definitely get added because that's just like, why would that not get added? The spirit talisman, I would see why people would think that's overpowered, and if people do think that's overpowered, I can workshop it with the admins and try to bring it down a little bit, but I think that it's fine as it is right now. That's my opinion, but yeah, that's really it.
Alright, thank you, Nalek. How about you, Night Libra? I mean, Enderfer. Sorry, I skipped you, Enderfer. I'm extremely sorry.
And
Enderfer, come out the basement.
don't wanna.
Yeah, well, you have to.
I'll answer the question. I think like as is maybe like a 70% chance, but again, I'm not a game designer. I would want to ask the admins about balancing changes before getting something like that added. So I feel like it has a good chance of being added after some balancing reworks.
Okay, thank you very much, Enderfer. Appreciate it. Next, we have Night Libra. So, Night Libra, what are your thoughts?
I think it's extremely likely. The developer of Bingo actually does it mostly in their own time, so as long as they have ideas and are convinced that people want to see their game improved and expanded upon, I'm pretty sure they're willing to do it.
Okay. Yikes LMAO. What are your thoughts on this?
Look, the specifics of my accessory, I'm happy to work out with admins, but I am 100% confident that something of the sort will definitely be able to be added, especially because it's easy to scale. It's easy to make small tweaks, make adjustments, but I am 100% confident that if nothing else, I will put everything on the line in order to get this thing added to the game.
Okay, thank you, Yikes. Marina Footlover, how likely do you think your perk is to be added to the game?
I mean, I'm not the most popular candidate right now, but if I was like in line to be added to the game or have something added to the game, I'd say it's pretty reachable. It's not like too broken or overpowered, and the stats can be adjusted to be added. It's more for an early game item, just to help players fish in Fishing Festival. It's not like anything game breaking.
Yeah, I can totally see that. And Ascent, finally you. How likely do you think your perk is to be added to the game? Oh, I've just tabbed out. How have I done that?
I mean, seeing as they have previously,
Yes, okay, continue.
like previously they have reduced long dialogues, especially on the release of M7, and then previously there was an update a few years ago, like 2 years ago, they reduced some more dialogue that was really long in M7. And I don't know why they wouldn't be able to expand this to the lower floors, especially for people trying to do their collection runs. And even up to still the parts of M7 that are too long. So yeah, I think it's very likely that it will be added.
Okay, thank you, Ascent. Appreciate it. Okay, that's that question done with. So, if your question has just been like gone up in the chat, repost it now, so I can get it to the candidates. So I'll just wait a bit for that to happen. Okay, that's an interesting one. Yeah, I'll put Silver Dragon's question to the candidates. So, for the candidates that have already been elected, do you think it's fair to run again? Starting with you, Mash.
Wait, could you just re-say the question?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Sorry, let me get it up again. For the candidates that have already been elected, do you think it's fair for them to run again? So, an example of this could actually be Enderfer. But to be fair, actually, you know what? That might be a slightly Sorry, I've just had a thought about this because if you add a custom perk, then you're not able to run again, Silver Dragon. And if you get elected in the top 7 and you only get to do a set perk, then you only get you only don't run next election. You get to run the election after. So I don't think that's necessarily a valid question unless you think not Mash Clash.
I mean, I think one good question could be, do you think the winners of this election, assuming that they're all able to get a custom perk, should not be allowed to run in any further
Oh
election?
yeah, that's a good point actually. Okay, Mash Clash, you can answer that question, and then we'll move on to everyone else.
I personally think that the custom perk is the main reason that people don't get to run, and I think they should not be able to run. Even if Alawi's perk doesn't go active, I still don't think they should be able to run, to be honest, because that's the risk you're taking.
Okay, I see that. Nalik, how about you?
Could take it, but it's like
He's lagging.
sorry, my my brain. Okay, sorry. So no, I think all 7 of us, if we did get elected, we wouldn't there'd be no point of us running again, because yeah, that's true. What Mash Class said. I mean, everyone, if you would run for your custom poke, and that's it. Like, if you run again for another custom poke, that's just being greedy, and yeah.
Okay, Endfer, how about you?
I mean, I think I'm the only one here who has been a minister before, and I guess I'll answer both questions. So, I mean, if you're just a regular minister, I was blocked from running for 1 week, but I don't know, if you're running on the same perk again, eh. But, like, if you run, get elected, but then realize, like, you know what, my perk could be better, and then decide to run again on a modified perk, I think that's entirely fine. So, I mean, if you're not in the top 3, I think it's completely valid to run again. But, like, again, like, the 7 of this election, if they do get a custom perk, I mean, that is the main draw. I don't think they should be able to run again.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. Night Libra, how about you?
I think I'm a little biased here, as I've been passed by someone who's already had the election one and was running again.
My bad, gang.
That is fine. I hope. Follow me pulls through. Anyways, yeah, I think it's fine, but also not ideal.
Okay, yeah. And then Yikes, how about you?
Look, I can't shame somebody for trying their hardest to make sure that the people are taken care of. And if, it takes multiple elections to get there, I can't blame them.
Marina
That is
Footlove.
not moist critical, Stein.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody in the chat has said, "Is Yikes moist critical?" Like, it's crazy. That's all I've been seeing. That's a recurring theme. All right, put 1 in the chat if Yikes is definitely moist critical in disguise. Yeah, we'll just wait for that to go through. While we're waiting for that, Marina Footlover.
Well, I think it's perfectly fine to run again if you haven't gotten your perk, but like once you've gotten it, like just give other people a chance. It's like to add more stuff to the game. Like, why are you being greedy and trying to take multiple perks? I think Future 77 tried to run again, but once he realized like what he was doing, he dropped out, which is like I feel like that's great of him, like to set an example for that.
Okay, and then finally USN.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think like you should run for your custom perk. I mean, I think that what Future 77 was doing, like Marina Footlover said, I think it's great. Like the fact that he was trying to run again, like his perks were really cool, and he was planning really cool stuff. And I think it would have been good for Kudra and good for the game, but I think it shows that he's such a great guy for dropping out and giving other people a chance who are smaller creators or not even creators at all.
Okay. Alright, Survivor, I am about to ask you a question. Chill out, guys. Chill out. 250M Midas has a question, which I will put to it. But we will ask the Engineer Andrew question. Stop spamming, guys. I swear. The chat rate is going through the roof. Everybody chill out, okay? People are severely spamming questions. Everybody stop. Stop spamming. Stop spamming. The chat rate is at 62. That's more than one message every second. Okay. So, the question that has been relentlessly spammed. What is everyone's opinion on Engineer Andrew if you know him? So, I'm just going to limit this to one-word responses because I'm asking this because otherwise I will be killed by my chat and the stream will probably crash due to how many. So, if you know Engineer Andrew, what are your thoughts on him? Mash, do you know Engineer Andrew at all?
Yeah, he's an op.
He's an op. Oh, okay, Nailik, how about you?
I think I've seen him in like the forums and yeah, that's really
I always cough when it comes to you, Nailik. I'm so sorry. How about you, Endifer?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want me to give you the lore on why they're spamming that? Because it has something to do with me.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's hear this. Let's hear this lore.
Okay, well, first of all, I'll answer the question. I can't say I'm the biggest fan of Engineer Andrew. But what happened is there was this kind of whole one-sided nothing burger drama that happened because he joined my party on an alt, and I mistakenly accused him of cheating. I watched the video. He wasn't cheating. That is my bad. Like, I just got that wrong, but yeah, a lot of people who like him have been harassing me over that for a very long time.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Alright, thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. Night Libra. Quick thoughts.
Who that is, sorry.
Okay, good. Yikes.
Annoying now.
Marina Footlover.
I'm pretty sure I've seen his name somewhere on the forums before, but about that, it's like that's all I've seen of him. No idea who he is.
And then Ascent.
I just want to end this narrative of you guys hating on my autistic friend, Engineer Andrew, man. You know, he struggles with, you know, his neuro atypicalness, and sometimes he can come across as mean and a little aggressive, but really he's such a great guy under all the layers of lard, man. He's a great guy.
Okay. Alright. Now we've got that out of the way. 250M Midas has a question. He is asking whether or not the candidates think that Aura should be removed from power as she is a dictator. So, what do you all think? Because the Aura regime has been going on for... It's the longest dictatorship in Skyblock history. I think that is to be noted. It's more than Dante. But it's been quite a weird democratic dictatorship. Like, for example, fame rank doesn't impact votes that much, apart from when 2NFG decided to enable it that one time. But ignoring that, that's kind of been what it's been like. So, do you think that Aura should be removed from power? Starting with you, Mash Clash.
In general, no. I think she's great. Like, we've basically only been getting buffs, and even if Candy Pat's perk went into effect, I'd still say it's a net positive to the game, honestly.
Okay. Nailik, how about you?
I mean, at the moment, she's great, but I mean, eventually, I say I'll be back to get our mails, or normal mails back again, getting that some more minor fiestas and all that stuff, because prices have been going down a lot because of all the minor fiestas and all the Diana rituals going on. So, yeah, she's great, but has to go eventually.
Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. And then Endifer, how about you?
So, this event is cool. Do not get me wrong. But my god, is it dragging on. I remember, like, opening the events menu and it was like, 6th election, ugh!
Yeah, everyone saw that and everyone thought that mainly. And is that all, Enfer? Just making sure?
Yeah.
Alright, and then, Night Libra, how about you? What do you think about Aura's
End?
regime?
He's asking if it should end because that's not gonna happen. Or is the mayor now?
Do we just have to live
We're
with
just
that?
running for minister.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, this debate would not really be happening without Aura. When I woke up and randomly saw Aura in the elections, I was pretty surprised. And none of you would be standing here today if Aura hadn't joined those elections all those years ago. And when I say years, I mean Skyblock years, obviously, because that's the only type of years that exist. Okay, on to you, Yikes. What do you think?
You know, I think that Aura's suppression of opposition is not tolerable and it's not cool. But I do think that as it stands, she is a net good for the people, and my sentiment is with the people, and so I think that her being in office is not a bad thing.
Okay, thank you very much, Yikes. Appreciate it. Now we go on to Marina Footlover. So Marina Footlover, in front of the 50 people watching, what do you think about the Aura regime and the current dictatorship ongoing?
Well, I think it's great for the people in general. I mean, with the skill XP boost going on, and then the 30% from just like the community event and stuff like that. It's great, but I feel like it's kind of dragging on a tiny bit. Like they should have added more events like along, but besides that, it's good for everybody.
Okay, and then to you, Ascent PvP, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with that. I mean, you can't really hate Aura. You're getting more skill XP. You're getting like more Diana events, more easy peasy, more. We had like Carnival. Like we have like all these perks. We get the best of all the mayors, and we get more skill XP. I don't want Aura to ever end. We're also getting custom perks that are making great changes throughout the community in all parts of the game. This is one of the healthiest events this game has ever had. I don't want it to end anytime soon.
Okay, that's all cool. Little Purple has been spamming this question in the chat. Yikes.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, Little Purple, can you clarify what your question actually means? Because it's a bit confusing. So while we wait for that to happen, we can just do a quick question now from user H7W178TSRK. He asks on how much do you care about Skyblock lore on a scale from 1 to 10? Starting with you, Mash Clash. What do you think? And also, where's Nailik gone?
I got kicked out for some reason. Can
Okay, I'll warp you. Yeah.
Invite me back. Yeah.
Okay, Mash Slash. What do you think?
I mean, considering most of the lore is in dungeons and the Rift, I don't care at all.
Okay. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Two people need to leave to allow.
So yeah.
Yeah. Somebody who.
It's unfortunate.
Endifer can. Yeah. Okay. There we go. All right. Now we'll warp. 1 second. Small technical error. Nailik, now it's your turn. Out of 10.
The lore. I mean, I haven't really paid much attention to the lore. I did see a bit of Haxor's video on the lore, and some of I forgot his name, but he had like text to speech. He has a text to speech. Like
James
YouTuber,
Ward.
I forgot what it was. Fuck. But
What?
I don't. Yeah, it's like a solid 7. It would be cool if they added more lore to Skyblock, but yeah, it's good so far.
I'm sorry, Mash. I'm very sorry. Endifer. It's now up to you. Out of 10. Out of 10.
Absolutely nothing about the lore. Like, -1. I am clueless.
Okay. And Night Libra, how about you? 1 to 10.
10. It's the worst way once you actually get to it.
That is
The
that is
question is,
aura.
how do you get to it? It's not even in the game. Mostly it's in the lead admin's head. They need to add more lore.
And yikes, how about you?
You know, probably like a 7. I think that it's cool when it exists, like they were saying. If you can tell by my campaigning efforts, I do enjoy like getting into it, but it's just there's a lot of missing things. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense as it stands. Yeah.
Okay, W Dings, please stop spamming. That would be appreciated. Actually, yikes, we're going to pause on you a second. Because Trusted, who was actually a debate candidate last election, has a question for you. Quick question. Would applying Coating of Divine upgrade the tally's rarity?
Yeah, what the hell is a coating of divine? I've never, because if you don't know, my accessory works so that when you have an epic, if you use a coating of divine, it moves up to legendary and gives an extra 10%. But I don't know what the hell a coating of divine is, and I'm not adding it, so no, L.
I'm assuming that's meant to be a Devon's powder coating.
Well, no, I know because but this guy knows that my perk involves the Devon powder coating, where it's like if you add one, it becomes legendary. But they're asking about the divine thing. But no, it just goes up to legendary.
Okay, alright, that's all cool. A Coating of Divine. Yeah, he just said in chat. Right. Marina Footlover, we'll move on to you with the lore question. So, how much do you care about lore?
On a scale of 1 to 10, probably like a 6 or a 7. But like I feel like it'd be cool if they added more. There's like not a lot, like a whole lot in the game compared to like all the content there is. I think it'd just be cool if they added more.
If I see the chat flood with 6-7, I'm gonna crash out so hard. Okay, Ascent. Ascent.
I think the lore can be interesting, but I think it like gets to a point. Like, I don't think my perk is basically skipping a whole bunch of the lore, but I would not be mad if they wanted to keep it in with like an NPC where you can like get the boss messages, and that would even help with like mod configs for like notifications and stuff. But I mean, like the overall, I think the lore is interesting. I like the mining lore. I like the rift lore. I mean, I think, I mean, at the end of the day, like it's a MMORPG. Like there needs to be lore, but I just think we shouldn't be waiting around for the bosses to do dialogue.
Yeah, okay, that makes perfect sense. Alright, on to the next question. So put your questions in the chat again. If you have a burning question that hasn't been asked to the candidates yet, please put it in. Oh, okay, so that's Little Purpled. So Little Purpled has a question, so I'll put that to all of you. Don't you think that if we give the ability to add more perks and possibilities for more tallies and whatnot, would that not crash the economy? So we'll start with you, Mash Clash. Are you kind of agreeing with this statement in the way that if we keep having these perks being added, it could crash the economy in some way?
I don't think so. It like depends on the item. It depends on how it's balanced, the obtainment method. I think as long as the perks aren't all like talismans, I don't really think there's much of an issue. I do think there's going to be some devaluement in magical power because so many talismans are being added, and it's going to be way easier to get MP. But otherwise, I don't really think it would crash the economy. The only way it would happen is if the admins just added a very unbalanced item, kind of like I guess how 30's pet worked initially with the mining off camera perk. So they had to balance that.
Okay, thanks, Mash. Appreciate it. Nailik, now it's your turn.
I mean, I say some. I mean, items has already gone down already. Like, I mean, mining fiestas have dropped gemstones, traded ground. I mean, glossy thingies, whatever they're called, they've gone down as well. Chimeras, I mean, they're what, like 25 mil around that price range, when they used to be like 50, 60. It's a lot of prices gone down. I don't think the economy will break because Skyblock has a very strong economy. But it would definitely devalue items for the long term.
Okay, thanks, Nalik. Endifer, how about you?
I mean, in terms of perks themselves, no, not really. As long as the admins aren't asleep at the wheel and pay attention to balancing, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, because the admins do have the ability to deny the perks. It's not completely like you can just add whatever you want. Night Libra, how about you?
It depends on how they implement everything. I think all the talisman additions are pretty boring and kind of inflating, but also it just doesn't matter as long as the perks are good.
Okay, that makes total sense. On to you, Yikes LMAO, what do you think?
I gotta be honest. I think that if the economy's gonna crash, shit, let it fall. Because at the end of the day, things like this only make the game more accessible for the people.
Okay, and how about you, Marina Footlover?
Aura wise, I think like it's fine. All the stuff is going down because like Yike said, it makes it more affordable. It's kind of annoying if you do drop like an expensive item and it's worth like not a lot now. But perk wise, I think they're actually good for the economy. They use items that people like don't really touch all too much. Like mine would use like a lucky hoof. Like it's only used in one recipe in the game for a talisman. Like that's good because it uses items that aren't normally good.
Okay. And then Ascent PvP, finally you.
I mean, like, it's just up to the design team how they add it in. Like, they take your perk and then they change it and they add it. Like, it's not like you just get to add what you want, and they deny a lot of stuff. But even the stuff they accept, like, they pick the recipe. Like, nothing is gonna be too cheap. I do agree with what Mash Clash was saying about MP. And I think it could lead to like some power creep, but I mean that's basically the entire game at this point anyway.
Okay, nice. Now we have another question from 250M Midas, asking all of the candidates what their stance is on the Minister rank not being given to people with custom perks. Starting with you, Mash Clash. How do you feel about this? It's probably like quite a short question to talk about. So yeah, please go ahead.
To be honest, I don't really care. I probably like the MVP plus and then care a little bit more, but I don't know. My name's already red, so it's not a big
All
deal.
right.
Nalik, how about you? Silly MVP plus. There he is.
All right.
We can't hear you, Nalik.
Oh, wait, I didn't. Oh, your mic cut out in here. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not. I'm kind of in the middle. I mean, it would be, of course, it'd be really nice to have the minister rank, but there's been a lot of ministers elected, so it make the rank kind of not as unique as it was during Dante. So I think the admins did a okay job at deciding not adding minister ranks.
Okay. And then Enfer, how about you? Awesome9898 asks why I'm asking the people such awful questions. I'm asking the chat questions. If there were some epic, if there are some epic chatters who want to put in some good questions that are up to Awesome9898 standards, then please put them in now. Enfer, how about you? What are your thoughts on this, on the minister rank?
I mean, I'm probably pretty similar to Mash. Just like I'm already red, so I don't care that much. But I will say, anyone hoping for it, no, you don't want it. I'm gonna tell you right now, I already get harassed enough for hypixels. You don't want it.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Yikes, are you okay?
I was just having fun, man.
Okay. All right. Not Libra, how about you? What are your thoughts on the minister rank?
I think it makes sense that they didn't add it if they planned for ministers to be a thing forever, which they definitely do. I'm not coping.
Okay. Yikes.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. I would much rather, be more approachable to the people, and blend in with the people because at the end of the day, I'm a person and I just want to represent the other people like me.
Okay, fair enough. And then Marina Footlover.
I mean, it'd be cool, but like it doesn't really matter. It wouldn't add anything. It'd just be like people would probably just annoy you more in lobbies if you did have it.
And then finally, you Ascent.
I mean, I think if you care about the rank at all, then you're running for the wrong reasons. I think you should be trying to improve either your part of the game or a part of the game that you think needs help. I don't think you should care about the rank.
Okay. Awesome has a question for me. I'm just gonna wait until that drops.
No, don't.
Block it.
It's a
Oh,
dumb
okay.
question. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Okay. Yeah, I've just seen it.
Yeah. It's just some bullshit.
The answer to that is no. Awesome. Everyone has a voice at the table, and even if you may not like them, then I'm afraid they're gonna have to speak. Okay. Like, I absolutely despise Nailik, but I'm joking, Nailik. But if I did, he still has a right to speak, and so does everyone else. Okay. Next serious question. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a really good one. Weggle Bricks says, what would your normal mayor perk be if you get to choose if you get to choose one? So like your the list of perks that are set, what perk would you choose? Starting with you, Mash Clash, because we didn't really cover that in question 1.
Considering myself as Slayer perks, I'd probably try to figure out what the other people are doing, and then pick one of the Slayer perks, so Aatrox ones. So either slash pricing or increase Slayer XP. I think Pathfinder is probably like the least useful, but like whichever one isn't picked, I'll pick.
Okay, Nailik, how about you?
I'm gonna be so honest. I've not put any thought into that in a non-custom focus. I'm sorry. I mean, it would be community. If whatever was the best poke for early game, because I would like to target early games. And a lot of people here, they are targeting mid game to end game, and I'd rather target early game. And yeah, whatever poke would help the early game player is the best. Yeah.
And then Endeavour, what perk are you planning to choose?
I mean, I'm just an enjoyer of Perkpocalypse. That's me. I chose it last time. I'm gonna choose it again. I love Perkpocalypse. I love Jerry. Jerry is amazing. I love Jerry. It's also kind of just because everyone gets a little bit out of it.
Okay, nice. Knight Libra, how about you?
I think all the regular mayor perks that people have been choosing, they're good, but it's boring to have the same thing over and over again. So I'm not making any choice until I see the list of custom perks that are preset by the admins that we can choose from.
Okay.
They're not great.
Yeah, Endeavour is like the only one in this room that's actually seen it, aren't you, Endeavour? So yeah.
Yeah, they're really not amazing.
Alright. Yikes. How about you?
Yeah, look, I really want to skate the pet badly, so I would probably do something that benefits people like me who just don't want to spend that much time grinding some pet or whatever. So I would either do Diana's +10 tracking. If possible, I would do Barry's 20 magic find, and maybe I would do stats apocalypse for the magic find.
Okay, nice. And then Marina Footlover, to you. Just also to let everyone know, we have 10 minutes left in this debate, so get your questions in now, but there's no guarantees I'll actually be able to say them. Continue, Marina Footlover.
Alright, so it's either between the Marina double hook chance perk, because that would be great with the tracking we have right now from Aura and the magic find and just stuff like that, but or the perk 2JZ pick, like or ZJ2. the Diana one where you get more pet XP because I don't know. I think this is a great perk all around. Helps everybody. It's really good for foraging too.
All right, nice. And then Ascent. How about you?
I mean, I think this is pretty predictable. I'm gonna choose a Paul perk. I guess I'd run a poll in my server. I know a lot of people are annoyed at the chest prices, so I'd run between that. And also a lot of people like the bonus blessings when they try and PY on M7. It's tough. So I just let them. I'd run a poll for the 3 Paul perks, and I just pick whichever one wins.
All right, nice. All right. The next question that I think has been said a few times is who is everyone's 3 favourite minister candidates, excluding Alawi? So this can't be you, and they don't have to be in this room either. So Mash Clash, starting off with you, who are your favourite 3 candidates that aren't you and are not Alawi?
I'm just trying to think of who's running at this point. Over here, even though I'm a little bit hating on them, Yikes, I think his perk is really effective for most players.
Consensually.
Okay. I don't even remember. Oh, Toad. I know Toad's doing something for RNG or Slayers, so I'm in full support of that.
I'm pretty
And
sure it's a
then,
mythic skate though.
oh yeah, he
His perk
switched
is
it.
unlimited fuel on drills and like temporary pristine.
No, that's the old one.
He was doing something with RNG, but either way, I've known Toad for like super long, like almost 6 years now. So definitely supporting him. And then I can't even really remember who else is in the top 7 right now, to be honest. Does anyone know? I kind of forgot.
Okay.
Well,
Like,
there's
who's
Fake
in the top
Alawi.
Oh yeah.
And I think
Future
Fake Toadstar is
77.
almost there too.
Nah, he's
Future.
on the top 7.
No, it doesn't have to be limited to top 7. It can be anyone that has run before.
Oh yeah, I'm not top 7 Mash.
Oh yeah, but like I don't even know the other people ahead of me. I don't know what their perks are.
Okay,
Just
Like,
Nailik.
other
top
than-
3 here. That makes it easier.
Well, I've been much taught on it. I think I am personally probably Antho's target audience. I don't really use cookies as much. I don't have a cookie active right now. As I thought Antho's pork would be really nice for me. Yikes. As I debated him before, I gotta say his pork is good. I mean, Powder is a very tedious grind, and making that shorter is definitely good. And I can't. I don't think I really have a preference on my Toad. As I think those 2 are probably my favorites.
Okay. And then Enderfer, how about you?
Can I just say Toad 3 times?
Sure. If you want, go ahead.
Yeah, like I don't know, Toad's just goated. We had a pizza party at the table last time. Like, yeah. Just Toad 3 times.
Okay, that's all good. Night Libra, how about you?
I'd have to choose Dragoon. Dragoon, who won Minister previously as first place. He's getting out of hunt, and that's similar to Secret Bingo. So,
Okay.
second place, I would choose Yikes, and I don't have our third place.
All right, good. And then Yikes, how about you?
All right, just want to say you've heard it here first, folks. I am your favorite minister's favorite minister, but
Yikes, you weren't allowed to say
say-
yourself. You weren't allowed to say yourself.
No, I'm saying them. You know, they all, except Enter managed to mention me. But I do
yeah,
just want to
sorry.
say that, putting camaraderie aside and just off of strictly perks, frick Toad, because I just already don't have a Skatha, and making it so that you can put Skathas in a bottle, it's waste of Skathas. I want a pet. So I would definitely want to say, Marina Footlover, obviously, Nailik, goated, and I'm gonna say Enther as well, because I appreciate the appeal to the people, 100%.
Okay. And then Marina Footlover, how about you? Who are your top 3 candidates?
My first is Mash. I really like the idea with like the RNG meter. I feel like it's kind of annoying to not have your RNG meter set on something for like the last like 60% of it, because like you lose money if you have it set on there if you drop it. I think my second was Yikes. I really just hate like those type of grinds with powder and stuff. I mean, they're really just annoying. I know powder's easy now, but like I hate it. You can check my powder. I have like none. And then after that, Toad, I think the Mythic Skaith would just be a cool idea. Because the Skaith, kind of fell out. Because there's like a better thing for just every mining thing in the game now, besides the Skaith.
Okay, that's nice. And finally, you, Ascent. How about you?
I gotta give a shout out to Night Libra. I think the secret bingo. I think it was fun. You know, the last time. I think it's a good idea. It needs to be back. Second, I gotta give a shout out to my guy Flame of War. Great guy. You know, his perk. I thought it would be pretty interesting, but he ended up dropping out of the race.
Holy
But just want to
glaze.
give him a little shout out. And then for number 3, I think I gotta go Mash Clash, but I would want to say that I don't think it should be something that works in dungeons. I think it should be for Slayers, like only.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I said Slayer only. I realized that.
Alright. So we have time for one more question from the audience.
I actually have one more question. I actually have one question if I could.
Okay, yeah, you can take the final question, and then we'll see if chat has any more burning questions, and then we'll end it there. Okay, so Duckster, go ahead.
Okay, so my question to all 7 candidates is, what is everybody's reaction to the admins removing Aura's evil plan dialogue from the wiki?
Starting with you, Mash Clash, please go ahead.
Did you say starting with me or something?
Yeah, starting with you.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think them changing it was wrong, but I think they should have just stood on them thinking that a communist mayor was evil, even though, of course, none of the people who are actually playing right now believe that. So, yeah, I think they should have kept it like that.
Alright. And then, Nailik, how about you?
Alright, I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat. I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat for this one. I think I changed this up. I know she's not real, but let me explain. So I made a YouTube show on this. Watch Nalik, no stuff promo. But basically, what I'm thinking, right, is that Aura is connected to the breach, because the breach is a time travel, and if we're talking about time travel, then hypothetically speaking, Aura could have gone back in time and changed the evil to good.
Okay,
and the wizard has a wizard in his dialogue. If you go up to the wizard in the mountaintop, if you finish the rift, he says Aura's name in his dialogue. So I think that's more evidence. There is more, but yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Okay, and then Endifer, how about you?
Yeah, not gonna lie, I didn't even know they did that.
Did you not?
I didn't even know there was dialogue. I also didn't know who Aura was before she started running. Like I said earlier, I am completely clueless on the lore of this game. Funny number get bigger. That's about
Enter,
it.
if you want me to explain it, I can try to explain it a little bit.
Well, no, the reason I'm clueless is because I don't really care that much about the lore.
Alright, no problem then.
Okay, on to you, Night Libra.
I don't particularly like retcons in pretty much anything, but if it ends up being a lore thing, that sounds great.
And then, Yikes, how about you?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I think that Aura is on top, and Aura has always talked about a good plan. I actually talked to Aura before the election and saw the good plan that she was referencing. So no, yeah, I think that it is I think that you guys are crazy.
Okay, that's fine, I guess. Marina Footlover, how about you?
I think it's fine for them to remove it. It probably like interfered with their plans with Aura for some reason, so they had to. But I mean, if it moves the game forward, it's fine to remove it. It didn't really add anything, I'm guessing, to the wiki at all.
And then Ascent, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't really know all the lore of Aura, but yeah, I mean, if it's for lore reasons or the direction they want to go, I trust the admins.
Okay, that makes perfect sense. Now, Aloe put a spicy question in the chat. Who do you hate in this election? Now, I'm pretty sure Confused Goon, if like on the first Minister debate, which was the second election, Confused Goon, the infamous person who is most likely Squid Kid in disguise, actually asked this question, asking which candidate you hate the most. So let's just rephrase it in a nicer way. Which candidate's perk do you dislike the most, or which candidate do you dislike the most? Mash Clash, starting with you.
To be honest, I hate dungeons, so anyone who's adding a dungeons perk, especially one that's basically the same as one that's already existing, is probably my least favorite. But yeah.
Okay, and
you can guess who that is.
Yeah, we can guess. We can speculate. We can speculate. Nailik. Who do you dislike the most?
I wouldn't want. I mean, I think I would have to go with Ascent. He's. I think. I'm trying not to be mean, but he's essentially just deleting dialogue, deleting content from the game. I mean, fair. It is to make faster runs, and you know, if you're a dungeon thread, go. Yeah, sure, that's good. But the dungeon thread community, M7, is very niche compared to the rest of Skyblock, compared to, like mining or whatever. And I just think it's the least important out of everyone here.
Okay. And then Endeavor.
I really hate Enter.
Oh. Okay. Why do you hate Endeavor so much?
She's kind of a bitch.
Okay. Alright. Is that all?
In a not joking manner, also probably Ascent, to be honest.
Ascent, this hate is crazy. I can't believe this. I feel sorry for you, bro.
This hate is completely unwarranted, bro.
Night Libra, who is your least favourite?
The fake Aloe. They're not even gonna add anything. They don't even exist, and they've knocked me out of top 3. So yeah.
Oh yeah, that is actually true. That is actually true. To be fair. Yikes. How about you?
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm for the people. I promise. However, there is a group that is, the most toxic and disrespectful to said people, and that is the Dungeon Sweats. And so appealing to them, not for me. Ascent is my number one.
Ascent, are you okay? Do you want me to contact you with therapy? I think Aloe can supply that.
I'm alright.
Okay, good. That's great news. Marina Footlover, how about you?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Ascent too, bro. I mean, I really don't like dungeons all too much. I feel like the perk is just not going to happen, man. Like, you can't cut off that much time from dungeons and expect the admins to allow it. Like, it is not like possible. Like, they are not going to let you do that. It's just a waste, bro. Like, don't even try.
Just want to be clear, Ascent does have some backup perks, which you can elaborate on in a second. But firstly, Ascent, who do you hate the most?
I guess I'm gonna have to go with. It's not the person. It's gonna have to be the perk. I think the Fairy Soul one is pretty useless. I don't like how OG Fairy Souls, it was so annoying. You start a profile, you have to instantly do Fairy Souls for 2 hours before you can play anything. It was terrible. The early game experience sucked. I just think we should like how it is. It's just like 2 levels or whatever. It's not like that important, but it's still like important. I think Fairy Souls are in a good place as they are. And I feel like I should maybe respond to what just happened to me here.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I just want to say, like, you know, while there are some bad apples in the M7 community, you know, it's not that niche. My Discord server, I started it 3 months ago or 4 months ago as a no name. You know, we just hit 6K members today. Like,
And if you go search a slur in that server, how many results come up?
I hope 0, because I hope we're modding it right. But you know, I got a great admin team. But I just want to say, like, there are some toxic people, but there's really not that many. Like, the thing is, Dungeons has had one significant update since 2020. If you exclude a group for 6 years to become better and better at their craft, and then you come in and you join and you're not as good, like, you're gonna catch some shade when you're first learning how to do it, which is why, like, I'm trying to bring the community together. I created the first server that has guides. Like, I'm trying to help people come into M7. I'm trying to create it to not be a niche. And I just think that if you're wasting all this time in the early floors, I don't think it's that good. I mean, my perk, if you're going for max Skyblock XP, my perk saves you over 70 hours. Like, it's useless time where you're just sitting there waiting for the dialogue to happen. It's not that good. And I have backups. My first backup would be like sort of like the tactical insertion, except instead of a 3 second, you can just click whenever. I feel like that would be really cool for certain movements. You know, if you're foraging, you finish your loop, you click it and you teleport back to the start of your loop. You're mining, you finish your loop, you click it, you teleport back. If you're in dungeons, you know, you go, you clear a split, and you click it and you teleport back, and then you can clear again. I think it has cool like opportunities. I think you could use it in all parts of the game. And if they didn't want to add that, my backup to that would be like infinite potion. You know, it's so annoying getting out a potion every run. Just have one that's infinite, takes 35k from your purse. I mean, I just think they're all good options. And I think just because you don't like dungeons doesn't mean the perk has to be bad. And I think just because you've had bad experiences in the community doesn't mean the community is always bad.
Okay, I think that's
It's not anecdotal. I'm going off of like large sums of the community that I've asked about this, but I do understand that.
okay. All right. That's good to have it clear. Bob Legoat 1023 has a question specifically for Enfer. I think it's about your
Hey.
muffin perk. Are there going to be bits or no bits?
It really depends on what the admins say. The intention is, yes, I do want to have a very limited amount of bits tied to it, with the intention of you using those bits to then save up for a cookie. But honestly, that's one of those things that might be removed for balancing reasons.
Okay.
We shall see.
Yeah, we'll see. Alright. So, unless we have any more questions from the chat, I think this might be the time to wrap it up. So I'll just wait a bit to see if there are any more dying questions, and at that point we will wrap the debate up, and I can finally go to bed and all of you guys can continue on with your day. Alright, so let's see. Chat, please go away. Please go on if you have any more questions. If you don't, then we will officially end it here. So I'm just going to give around 30 seconds for that. Killbot has a question. What do you guys think about necromancy? Well, okay, we've had a bunch of questions, but I think we'll go with 2, and then we will just take a stop to it because we can't answer every question. What do you guys think about necromancy? That's from Killbot 1000. Starting with you, Mash Clash.
I mean, I don't know. I'm indifferent to it. It's like, it's fun, I guess. I don't really think I have any opinions on it.
Okay, and then what about you, Nolik?
Yeah, just not really have any opinions on it. It is cool. I mean, it helps the E-man style. That's really it.
And then Enfer, how about you?
I mean, I feel like it's something that could have the potential to be cool if it was elaborated on more, but as it currently stands, it's just a kind of niche thing used in some parts of the game, and I honestly think it's fine at that.
Okay. Not Libra, how about you?
I think it had potential. I definitely had plans for it. There was features for it in the beacon for a while. Eventually, they removed that, and they have no plans for it now, as far as I'm aware.
And then Yikes LMAO, how about you?
I'm not one to sit on a fence. Typically, I pick one side or the other, but in this issue, I am 100% undecided. Necromancy has no effect on me.
Alright, fair enough. And then Marina Footlover, how about you?
I mean, I think it's like a pretty like niche part of the game. It's only useful for like early game E-man, I'm pretty sure. Unless there's something like I'm not thinking of right now. But I mean, it'd be cool if they like did more with it. But right at the moment, like I don't really care about it all too much.
Okay, and then Ascent PvP, how about you?
I mean, I would say like necromancy. Like I thought it was cool. Um, I thought like necromancy was cool, but I feel like they could have expanded on it better. I think when they made the decision to cut dungeons to 7 floors instead of the original plan 10, I think it really teared apart their plans for necromancy. I honestly would have preferred to like get really delayed dungeon updates and had the floors 8, 9, and 10. I thought they would have been interesting. But I just think at this point, like, it really has niche uses. It's not that good. I mean, it could be cool to see it expanded on, but I just don't see how they would.
Okay. Alright, so I think that's all the questions we have time for. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Unless there's anything else you guys want to raise up, I think we are totally fine to end it off here. So, thank you all for coming, watching this debate. Appreciate it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will see you all. Maybe there might be a 6th election debate. What's going on?
Discord just had an absolute stroke, and you cut out for a solid 5 seconds.
Oh man,
Bro, what? Okay, well, I mean, everyone on the stream heard me,
we
I
heard
think.
every 6th word.
Okay, okay, thank you, Discord. I appreciate that. Well, actually, I don't appreciate it at all. Anyway, yeah. Everyone, thank you for watching. I hope that you now have made your mind up on who you're planning to vote for.
Oh, yikes.
Also, yeah, okay. Vote yikes. All right, I'm actually going to go and check the vote counts in a second. Thank you all for watching. And I'll see you in the 6th election debate, which will probably be happening if I get to it. Thank you, candidates, for coming to this debate. Appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and see you guys in the next Minister debate if there is one. Thank you all, and goodbye.
Later.